Good afternoon, teacher. Today I will talk about how is an aircraft controlled. At first, the aircraft is a flying machine of any type with or without an engine. It is controlled by means of movable parts on the back of the wings and tail, and I will mention some of the parts. At first, we have the ailerons. The ailerons are hinged to the wings and they're connected so they move in opposite directions. One goes up when the other goes down. If the left aileron is down, the left wing will produce more lift than the right, and the aircraft will roll to the right. Next, we have the elevators. The elevators are hinged to the back of the horizontal tailplane and they move in same direction. If the elevators are lowered, the air presses against their undersurface and the tail is lifted, and this will make the aircraft dive. The elevators and the ailerons are controlled by a stick or by a control column which is mounted in front of pilot's seat. Then we have the rudder. The rudder is worked by a rudder bar or by a pair of pedals at the pilot's feet. The bar is hinged to the vertical tail fin, and if it is moved to the right, the air presses against that side and pushes the tail to the left. And if the right rudder pedal is pushed, aircraft's nose moves to the right. Then we have flaps. Flaps are worked by a lever in a cockpit, and they're used to increase the lift of the wings. They're hinged surfaces on the back of each wing, and they're usually mounted near the fuselage. And unlike the ailerons, flaps only hinge downwards and they move in same direction. And at the end, we have a throttle lever. A throttle lever is used to control the engine speed, and it acts like the accelerator of a car. If throttle lever is pushed forward, the engine speed is increased, so the more thrust is produced to enable the aircraft to fly faster. And at the end, I would like to mention something about a military flight control system. As the flight speed increased, it was necessary to develop a new flight control system to replace the old pilot control with mechanical connections to the control surfaces. And the first major step is the pilot with side stick or rudder pedal, or an autopilot who sends commands to a flight control computer and in turn interprets and sends commands to each control surface, and also receives signals from each control surface. This stage of development of aeronautical technologies has been called the fly-by-wire flight control system. And the latest major step in the military flight control system is the replacement of copper wires by the fiber optic cables, which have a much lower weight and also have a much higher capacity to carry digital informations. And this flight control system is called the fly-by-light flight control system. And that's it. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.